Crib Reactions is back. It's time to finish out Ahsoka Episode 8, the season finale. Who made it? Who died? Breakdown coming right your way. You ready, co-host?
I was born ready. I was born a Jedi, never a Padawan. It's time to end this season of Ahsoka.
You were born Finn. But welcome to the show, everybody. It's Crib Reactions. We're doing another Star Wars video. And the internet is hating us for whatever reason, but we're going to power through it. We're going to bring you the facts. We're going to let you know, did we love Ahsoka, hate Ahsoka, or was Ahsoka in fact mid? So let's go ahead and
bussin'.
You better watch out. But we get bussin'. Like Ezra when he's like, don't hand me a lightsaber, hand me a gun. But let's get our background music playing. And we could start the mother effing show. Let's jump into episode 8, and then we're going to talk about the Ahsoka as a whole at the end and give our rating for the episode and the series at the end. But let's get this party started. As you can see, we are hanging out. We're in Thrawn's, Star Destroyer. We're hanging out. We're getting ready to take off. Freaking Ezra, Ahsoka, and Saluzar are trying to stop us. So let's jump into what happened. Boom. We start this episode 8. We see Thrawn's ship. It looks like, it's a pretty epic shot, I would say so, right there. But then let's see what they get into. So the episode starts. They're at Thrawn's ship. They're getting ready to go. They're loading up. They think they got the master plan by basically sending Sabine off on this crazy journey to find Ezra, and then knowing Ahsoka's going to go after her friends too.
Yes. Also, what's going on is I think they're finally filling up the ship with all the evil witches' bodies.
Yeah. They're filling up all the witches from Dathomir. I think that all of their bodies are in the tombs or the catacombs that were being loaded onto the ship. We know they're going to try to go to Dathomir, so everyone was thinking that, that's what was going on there. It's kind of weird, though. It's like you think they could have used him now. But they're out here, they're talking. Thrawn is talking to Morgan Elsbeth, saying that we're going to need more of your help. And then here's where the mothers, the OG mothers, come to her and like, we're going to give you some powers. I bet she got so hyped for this, and then as soon as they gave her the powers, they're like, but then you have to sacrifice yourself.
With great power comes great responsibilities. But it was trash. I thought when I saw this part, when they gave her the powers and they gave her that hard sword.
The sword of Talisman, because it was Mother Talzin's sword. I think, correct me wrong if I'm wrong, but it's from Clone Wars. And they gave her a sword. Here's where they're pulling the sword out.
So they gave her the sword, and then from here, you're thinking, oh man, she's gonna get all these powers. What's gonna go on? And then,
oh yeah, they gave her like the witch powers because her eyes went all black, and then she got emo makeup. Oh, and if you're new to this channel, I'm a super Star Wars fan. He's a casual. I'm into everything, so I'm not on the level of a sweaty where I know every Glub Shitto's character's name. So pardon us, and if we ever get anything wrong, put it down in the comments. But yeah, so what did you think about her getting the sword and then getting all emo, Morgan?
Man, I thought I was finna prepare for something epic. I thought she was finna come, she was finna kill Ahsoka, kill Sabine, kill Ezra. Everybody was gonna get it. That's what I thought was gonna happen. But here they flash back to the scene of.
Oh, this is where Ahsoka, Ezra, and Sabine are hanging out with the crab hermit people.
Yes.
And they're just marching along. It's crazy to me that they still had at this point like no sense of urgency. Like I really didn't get that. Like, why are you just chilling? And
yes. And then here you have Ezra in the ship trying to build a lightsaber, and he's like ripping through everything, and the robot's like, I have everything organized. It's like, no, you don't.
Isn't your favorite robot Huge Wang?
Nah. Huge Wang.
Wang.
Nah,
But
Huge Wang was like, I have everything organized. He was like, Ezra was like, no, you don't. And then Ezra, that's when Ezra starts talking about where he learned how to make lightsaber, and then that's when they both come up together, like, oh yeah, you trained my master. He's like, yes,
yeah,
yes, I
yeah.
did.
Yeah, Ezra was trained by Kanan, who died. That was Hera's husband, and has the what's the kid's name with the green hair? Jason with like a C.
Yeah, Jason with a C. Horrible.
And yeah, so he was like, I helped him make his, and he was like, I actually have the other emitter that he didn't use. So he got to use Kanan's emitter, same one that he had when he was young, and it was kind of a touching moment. It made my co-host cry.
And then no, the part that made me cry was when Ezra was out here making a saber, and you see Sabine out there just staring at him. I'm like, oh,
Just being a hater though.
I thought she was lusting over him and everything.
I don't know if she was being a hater or she was jealous, or when Huang was telling Ezra about like, oh, you got to work with master and apprentice, they're tough relationships, and that you got to work through them. I wonder if she was like, oh, well, I need to go work through whatever I need to work through with Ahsoka. Maybe that's why she took off. I don't know if it was that or she was jealous, or some people I've seen saying that maybe she was jealous that like, oh, I never got trained up that much. I never got trained to make my own lightsaber.
She ain't never want to learn how to make a lightsaber.
She's a Mandalorian though. I don't understand.
She has a blaster.
But they said that she's the descendant of Isla, who was the first Mandalorian Jedi and the one that created the Darksaber. So she might have some Force powers. But we'll get into that a little bit later on in this episode.
More disappointment.
So,
Philo TV, the $25 a month way to
man,
get
they're
started.
trying to hate on our
70+
parade
channels
with our
across
music.
TV. There's
Just
something for everyone, so you can spend.
no free publicity for you. Let me bring back the Star Wars tunes. All right, I got it. All right, let me get back here. So she is looking. He completes his saber. Oh, look, here she goes and talks to Ahsoka. And Ahsoka's like, my master always believed in me. And even when I was dead wrong, he never turned his back on me. Of course, she's talking about Anakin. And then out of nowhere, really, Thrawn sends 2 ships.
Just to give him more time to waste. Just to waste more time, because he's trying to escape.
I
And
mean, he should have just let them be from the video at the pace that they were going. They never would have got there. I feel like they only sped it up once they got attacked. I feel like they were on the Oregon Trail.
He wanted them to see him leave.
You remember the Oregon Trail from back in the day, the computer game?
Horrible.
But yeah, so they send 2 TIE fighters. They shoot them, and I don't understand why they didn't have any shields up. So that was kind of dumb. So they get hit, and Huang and Sabine are like, we got to do something. She's like, I could give us a jump. I could boost the engines, but it'll fry the engines. And so they decide to do that anyway.
And they decided to use the spaceship as a pinball machine.
Basically, let me see. Oh, and with the help of what's it called? Of Ahsoka and Ezra, they freaking launched the ship. Here's a picture.
In this episode, there was a lot of times where they used the Force instead of using other things. That's one thing I did like. You got to see the Force used.
I mean, it was cool, but it was like at times it didn't make sense. Like, perfect. So look, here's the shot where they ram through both of them. Oh, you're gonna destroy their ships by ramming your ship into it. That's super helpful. We're here sitting in Thrawn's base. We should have sent some more TIE fighters to help him.
I mean, it's a smart thing to do. You stuck on a planet. You only got one ship to fly out of there, and you use it as a pinball machine.
You know what I didn't like is like after they're like that, and then Ezra's like, I got my saber, I made it, I'm ready to go. And they finally go, it's like they get those dogs, but it's like, where were the dogs? Were the dogs riding in the hermit things?
Yeah, I remember in one of the episodes they were in the hermit. One was in the hermit.
Yeah, but I thought it was weird how they like became friends with the dogs so quick. Because it's like, that's...
Dogs are dumb. What do you expect?
Well, dogs ain't going to befriend you that quick. It takes time. Unless they're using their force... What is it, that force trick or whatever, where they could... A mind trick on animals or something. But
animals love me. I don't know about all that.
But yeah, so look, they're still taking their sweet time. We have the episode actually playing over here. And then it goes back to Thrawn. Oh, and he's like, oh, we should assume that they can't make it in time. And he goes, then we should prepare for the worst. And what's weird is when they brought him like stormtroopers.
Mm-hmm.
You can see here's Thrawn. And they're like, we got so many volunteers. I was like, aren't they all volunteers? Aren't they all dead?
Pretty
So
much.
couldn't you make them all do it? And here they are, just on their little horses.
This is when they're planning on they go attack Thrawn, or they finally decided to make a move. Which, you know what? One thing I didn't understand is like, it was
Morgan
Thrawn,
with their emo makeup.
it was like Thrawn and like his 700 troops versus those three, and I was like, why would you even want to fight them? But then I realized they're Jedi. They don't back down.
They're like the Spice Girls. They never back down. So basically, they're taking the dogs right at them, and Thrawn, as you can see, I could play it for a second, starts unloading. Go ahead.
What happened?
Oh, I heard someone saying that was fun in this. They're like, they have all those cannons shooting at them, and they couldn't even hit them. And they're like, oh, they're undead. They're all gunners with no eyes. So of course they're not gonna be the best
Yeah, just
marksmen.
been shooting everywhere. And
Yeah.
then this is when Ahsoka told everybody to use your force to keep the door open.
I know. I thought that was weak. She saw everybody use the Force, even the one with no power. Supposedly.
You gotta manifest.
I mean, even Shin Batty told Sabine, "You have no power." But yeah, here's where Ahsoka looks back and it's like, use the Force to open the door. That, you know, it would have been funny if they used the Force to open the door and like Ahsoka and Ezra get in, and then the door just slams shut on Sabine
She was,
and just smushed her.
was she on the back of the horse with Ezra?
Well, what if she fell off as the door was
Ain't
shutting?
not finna kill my girl Sabine this soon. She lived through so much already. She already got whooped 3 times already. They finna let her loose to a door.
Look, there's Ezra doing it. He's like, look, I use my strong hand. And then
Is he wearing a Mando helmet?
no,
That's Ezra.
Sabine
Sabine.
has the Mando.
Okay.
And then Ahsoka tells him, "You too, Sabine." And then look, oh my God, I'm a Mando using the
I
Force.
can barely drive this dog, but I can use the force at the same time. I mean, hey,
Hey, look
You like it, I
in the
love it.
background here. It looks like Thrawn's about to send some more units.
like, no, now he playing with him. He about to send us all home.
But yeah, they barely make it in the door, and I'll get you a good freeze frame whenever I thought that the door should have shut on Sabine's face. But what did you think? Do you think the effects look good here?
Yeah, the effects look good.
It was alright. It was pretty good. I just feel like this episode, it was like, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't great either. It was super mid. See, right here where they barely make it through. Come on. Now my controls want to act up on me. There you go. I would have been like, if you could have just had that shut right on Sabiner's head. Just...
Episode would have been over.
Yeah, like, come on, man. They would have cried so bad. That would have been funny. But they ended up getting in, and then we have like the magic moment where they all use their lightsabers and they are gonna fight the volunteer stormtroopers that
The dead troopers.
yeah, the death troopers.
This is my favorite part. This also
It's
did.
like zombies.
It was like the zombie troops. It was 3 on like 20, and y'all was coming in the door all slowly. And I'm sitting here like, what y'all gonna do? What y'all gonna do? Y'all finna run? And they said, no, we're gonna fight.
Yeah, look at that. And then I love the part where Ahsoka's like, Sabine, you are trash with the saber. Pull out your guns again. We need some return fire here. But let's see. So they're fighting. Yeah, look, see. And I was watching Josh on Den of Nerds, and he was like, tell me why the stormtroopers are better when they have no minds rather than when they're still alive people. And he's like, why were they so much more effective? He goes, because they're trash regularly. But these death troopers were pretty decent.
Biggest meg anyone's ever seen.
The biggest what you've ever seen? More commercials.
This is Mrs. That huge shark.
Man, I don't know why they're throwing so many commercials on the Star Wars music. We're trying to have some theme music. They're trying to take us out, but let me get back to the episode.
Back to the zombie troopers. So here it goes. You know, it's 3 on 200, and of course, just like John Wick, you know, they beat everybody.
Just like John Wick.
Yep.
Oh man, but let's see here. So
And then
they keep on running up the tower, and then eventually they oh yeah, this is a cool shot. They got where the ship is getting connected to the, what is it, the Ring of Orion or
Yeah.
something, and they're getting ready to take off.
You know, Thrawn is just taking the sweet old time.
Look, and then he's like, Morgan, I need one more thing of you. You need to sacrifice yourself for the Empire.
Exactly, because the whole thing, I was wondering the whole time. I'm like, Thrawn must be scared to fight.
Oh,
He ain't
Thrawn's
trying to.
not a fighter. Thrawn is like one of those like managers where he's like, where they're like, what is it called?
All bark and no bite.
No, where they're, what is that called? Where you give everyone assignments?
The delegate.
He's a delegator. Yeah, he delegates everything. That's
Trash.
what Thrawn does.
And then the whole time he's scared of a Jedi because I guess he realizes that Ahsoka was once trained by Anakin, and then Jedi's always. I guess they always prevail at the end.
Most of the time.
So he's like, I want to be in that situation, which is smart, because that's how all movies end. The good guy always wins. So he's like, hey, y'all not finna see that at the end of this episode. I'm gonna run.
So then the three of them popped up on Morgan, and they're like, we need to stick together, remember, Ahsoka? But then Ahsoka's like, no, I got this. I fought Morgan before. I ain't gonna slow y'all down.
Oh man, we passed the part where where they woke all the dead troops up again, and it was round 2.
Oh yeah, I didn't really understand that, cause like to me, I thought they were already dead. So they made like them super undead, or were they alive? And then they're like, if you're alive and die, you'll come back as like a zombie robot.
I guess that's what it was. I think they did.
Put in the comments below, like how did that make sense? Because I thought they were already dead. So how could you make it where they like can die twice? Why did they get 2 lives instead of just one?
And they came back stronger.
Yeah, and I don't know, that was weird. Someone will need to catch an explanation video on that. But here's where they pull up on Morgan. Let me see. What did you think of this fight between her?
Was it Morgan and Ahsoka, and she told the other two to go to the ship, run to the ship. And then they ran to the ship. I saw this fight. I was like, man, here's when the superpowers kick in. She's gonna use a sword, use her witchcraft magic, summon some demons up to grab her and everything. But no, the fight was mid. It wasn't busting.
You think this fight was mid?
Fight was mid. It was she fought the Balin fight was way better than this.
Ooh. You think so? What, the first time or the second time?
Both times. The only thing cool about this was she had a sword that was green.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they were going back and forth at it pretty good. We're watching it here off screen. We can't show it too much, of course. But, yeah, they were going at it pretty good. And then, the thing that I didn't like is how they were like, here's where Sabine and Ezra thought that they had a clear path. But then we had some real dead death troopers pop up. And they had to go against them. See, boom. But then, hold on. There you go. I was trying to get us off screen. So they start going at the dead death troopers, who were way more formidable than the dead stormtroopers, and they were going back and forth. And then it was like, oh yeah, Ezra takes that one. But even though he got stabbed, he just punches him in the face. And as you can see, he drops his saber.
You never drop your saber.
Nope. Man, for him supposed to be like a Jedi, like a karate Jedi dude, like he was getting his butt whipped. And then Sabine here got armbarred, straight clothesline straight to the ground. It's like, you got to be quicker than that. And then here we got, that's from the trailer where Thrawn is walking up there. He basically gets to the cockpit of the ship, and they're getting ready to take off. And what else happens?
So let's go.
It's time to leave this behind. Oh wait, I gotta get to the most controversial part of it. Right here. Sabine's getting choked out, and she starts calling for it. She starts calling for it. She says, give me it. There's my saber. Give me it, please.
So when you use the Force, does it always have to be in the vicinity of you? You can't like...
I mean, Luke was able to like, in the sequel trilogy,
like
was
Thor
like to
and a
make
hammer?
a projection. Like, I mean, I don't think it's like Thor where it could be like all kinds of ways away. Like, you got to be able to see it.
He'd be like, saber, Oh, and then,
Who?
and it flies out of nowhere and it busts through the wall.
No, that's not.
And then it hits the bad guy in the head and you catch it.
I know Disney owns Marvel, but that's not it.
That'd be fire.
But you could.
all the Star Wars fans would be like, "What the hell is this?"
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm making a mockery of this.
And then look, there she is, pulling. She's like, I got cut my nails for this one. And then look.
You gonna make it at the trailer parks for this one, mama?
What? Out the trailer parks. Oh look. I don't want to show too much because you know they'd be hating.
You know, I wonder after all this situation, I wonder did it prove did it gain Ahsoka's trust back yet? Does Ahsoka fully trust Sabine, or is it like we'll see?
I don't. I mean, it seems like she does. I wouldn't trust her like that.
Cause she left her.
I
We
mean-
wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her.
Yeah, I mean, just because she wanted her boyfriend back,
Then she got jealous of him, just like a girl.
just like the disrespect. I'm trying to get a good freeze frame here. She about to nerf this dude right in the face. Come on now, pull it.
There you go.
Oh.
You want to? You should have just left it the other way.
Yeah, but she beamed him right in the ear, and it even lit up his eyes. It was pretty cool.
Just like Marlon Wayans in Scary Movie 2.
But yeah, so then this is another part that like people like didn't like is like when it came to the whole part where it was like, oh, what do we do here? How do we make that jump? And for Thrawn to be like the super smart man that he was, he did all this planning and set this all up so that they would escape. But then you're telling me he only has 2 guys up here to cover the rear? He leaves only 2 men?
He wanted
I
them
mean,
to
you
come on
could
the
look,
ship.
you could see us. We're hanging out. I mean, look, see, he called them all away. We had all the soldiers here. We're getting ready to leave, and he leaves nobody there but 2 Deathadus.
And a ship.
And so it's like, yeah. And then what I didn't see, look, 2 freaking guys. Made no sense. And what I didn't understand here is how Ezra's like, oh, I got to make the jump. And then, like, if I make the jump, he's like, I don't know. He's like, or you could jump, and then I'll push you. And then she's like, no, you force jump, and then I'll push you.
You know what?
And he's like, you've did a force pull successful once in your lifetime, and you want me to put my fate in your hands that you're going to be able to boost me across this gap, and I'm not going to splat like an ant? I would say no, thank you. But he actually trusts her.
She got the job done.
A lot of people were hating on this, man, because it was like, they don't believe that she, like, learned her powers. They could believe, like, okay, I'll give her the saber pull. She's been working on her little cup, and she's been working on her powers. She's Mandalorian, but she's also from the bloodline of the first ever Jedi Mandalorian of the Vizslas. She's from them, and she's trained with Kanan before, who was Ezra's master, and she's trained with Ahsoka before. So maybe she get the hang of it to pull a saber, but not to do all that.
Let's go.
And
We got
everyone,
enough time.
everyone was saying that Ezra's eyes looked. Did somebody say another commercial?
Snoop Dogg commercial. Snoop Dogg said he watched Star Wars too.
But yeah, look at Ezra's eyes. Do you feel like that's too much?
I thought it was a fake. I thought he was a fake Ezra. Now I'm starting to get like, y'all was wrong. This is the real Ezra for some reason. And I honestly think somebody said Thrawn was there and he summoned the witches to help him fix his ship. So the whole time they were there fixing the ship, so he wasn't really worried about Ezra.
Yeah.
He was just worried about getting all the.
Like that's where you're like, oh, he's gonna die. He's already falling. And then
he makes it.
ha! Look at this. Kamehameha!
She didn't give him one. She did it one try too.
That's her push face. You
got to be like a Crip Mac.
Yeah, you gotta give a full Goku face, man. Oh look, suddenly he's going up. Oh my god, that was so whack. And then
Wait, what happened? Let me see. Hold on.
look, she's giving him the strong eyes. And then look, he makes it. Whoa! And then he pops up and murks those.
Oh yeah,
two
when he's like
stormtroopers.
holding at the bottom, then flips up, throws one off the.
Yeah, he throws one off immediately, and then he keeps one to take his uniform. Sabine got his back. Come on, I'll pull you. But she said, nah, I'm staying with Ahsoka.
I gotta earn my respect back.
I gotta earn my respect for my master.
You know, 'cause since he did leave when they threw Ahsoka off the hill, the mountaintop.
Wait, what?
When Sabine did leave.
She left her, yeah.
I think episode like 4 or 5.
Yeah, episode 5. It's Betrayal. They should have named that episode Betrayal. So she goes back to Ahsoka. Oh, look, they're still fighting, and Morgan. Oh, I forgot Morgan was still alive.
She didn't die yet. She was dying right. She dies here. When
She was
Ahsoka
fighting her
makes her stick
forever.
the sword in the ground and she snatches it away.
Yeah, she cuts one of her sabers. Let's see.
You know, forgetting witch magic, it was real trash. It's like, you get witch magic. Oh, what can I do? Can I summon things? No, you're now a black belt in karate. Like, really? For real? That's all I get is the green sword and the black belt
That's all you get. Look,
and
you
face
don't.
tattoos.
You wouldn't want to fight a woman with that face.
Oh, trust me. It reminds me of my ex.
She sprayed a player. She sprayed a pimp.
Off that tequila.
But oh, she's like, oh, my mission is completed, you dumb one. You will die here, alone.
So
That's
will
when
you.
Ahsoka is like, nah. Oh yeah, she was all, you came back.
You know, I've been losing every one-on-one fight from episode 1 to episode 7. But this last episode, 2 on 20, I got
That sounds like my type of numbers.
And they just started beating that. Then that's when she started using the blaster and the saber.
Oh yeah, people were like, this is her combo. One saber, one gun. They said that was in the new Star Wars game, that was a stance you could do, is have a
Saber
gun
gun?
in one hand, and saber, and they said a lot of people said it was their favorite.
I thought you needed 2 hands for a gun.
Nah, not in Star Wars. I mean, not even in real life, really. Not all guns. But yeah, she started showing some Mandalorian magic and started murking them all. But they were all the easy ones.
And it kept coming back alive.
But look, why is they not cutting off anybody's heads? Why is it just bright flashes and then they go down? It's because it's freaking Disney. They don't want to show any dismemberment. Except they even show like someone gets their head cut off. Well, that's a pretty cool shot right there. Use the Force, Ahsoka. But I don't know.
Kicker.
She finally gonna finish her off. Boom, boom. I'm trying to get a picture here where she's. Oh yeah.
She grabs it.
Spikes it in the ground.
This is how they always get spikes it in the ground. Oh, then she takes a sword and kills you with your own saber.
Man, that's almost as bad as when Tupac took out Nas with his own beat. But yeah,
Disrespectful.
But people were like, why didn't she get cut in half? And according to all the other people that haven't gotten messed up, she should still be alive. That's just a scratch. That's 2 scratches, man. It's like, remember what happened to Boba Fett's companion? He just took her to the modders and they gave her some piston stomachs. But so some people think it was kind of weak, and then they're like, oh, they had to use like the talking to show that she died. Because they go to the mothers with Thrawn and they're like, Morgan is dead.
I thought she was gonna die like Dark Maul. Get chopped in half and then fall to an abyss pit.
This game,
No. Man,
you're not ready for.
they keep on trying to come in.
Wait, which one is it? Star Wars commercial? Probably.
No, it's this thing is for Starfield. Let us know if you've played Starfield. But let's see here. So they basically finish him off. They start blowing up the base of it.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Wayne picks him up.
That's when Thrawn was like, blow everything up. They started shooting up everything, shooting up the bridge where Ahsoka and Sabine was standing on. That bridge collapsed. They still stay alive, but all the troops, I guess they finally died.
They didn't care. Look, see, they were running, trying to make it. They run to the edge. And boom, you think they died, but
They jump on their
they
ship.
get shaved by the Wang. That was a good shot. Yeah. Oh, look. Yeah, you see it starts breaking up right behind them. Look.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. See.
That's messed up. All these disposable characters that
They're
Thrawn
already
has.
dead, man. They're like zombies.
He killed. What about Morgan?
She was dead. She already got her stomachs cut. But they get out of there, and then they chase Thrawn, and then Thrawn basically talks a whole bunch of crap to Ahsoka, and is like, "You're just like your master. You probably shouldn't even be in that galaxy. You're probably more dangerous to that galaxy than even I am." Because your master was Darth Vader, and you could be just like him. And then this is her like, what the heck face? And then they take off on him.
Let's go hyperdrive.
Let's go to hyperspace and blow them out of the water. Yeah, they got like the residual mess up from hyperspace.
Where's the wells when you need them?
And then, well, they basically go back to the ship, or the planet, to hang out with the hermits, because they freaking lost, man. They got... Ezra was the only one that made it on board. They start hanging out with the other people, and Ahsoka's like, I think Ezra's where he needs to be, and I think we're where we need to be. And then Ahsoka looked up. Let me see.
That's what you saw the owl.
Yeah. You see the owl, and you think that since Ahsoka was revived in the clone series from the Mortis arc by the daughter, so they have the father, the daughter, and the son, and this daughter is like the pure essence of good, and the son is like the pure essence of evil, and the dad was perfectly balanced. But here you can see this owl has followed Ahsoka since she got revived by the daughter those years ago. So you can see that a lot of people thought that was cool, that it's even with her on this planet. You can see it flies off after a minute.
Get me off this planet.
Help me.
How you fly to the planet and leave me here?
And then a lot of people really upset because Shin and Balin got like almost no time this
They
episode.
did.
Shin just pops up on the whatever you want to call them, the people riding around on the bandits. Yeah, the bandits on that planet. It's like, y'all could be my friend, but I think she's searching for Balin. I bet she's gonna go try to reach for Balin in season 2.
Yeah,
Try to track him down and be like, hey, I didn't want to go with them. I'm gonna stay.
You know, this
because he told her, he was like, I don't think that this is what you want to do, so you can take your spot with the Empire. But she rejected that.
She wants to start her own clan.
Yeah,
Be her own boss.
so
You know, this episode left a lot of cliffhangers, so I can't wait to see what's going on in episode 2.
And then this was the crazy part. Balin gets like only 30 seconds at the end of the episode, but he walks out on this giant statue. You can see that's what people say that is the father, and apparently they say that the Jedi tales, or the legend tales, is that the father, the mother, the daughter and the son all lived on this planet on Peridia, and that they had a character or a human or a biological person that came and was the mother. And that she didn't want to die. She wanted to be like God, where she could be like the gods, like she could be an immortal and stay around them forever. So she like jumped in this like
knowledge of late.
Yeah, the something of knowledge. Put it in the comments below. But it basically is only meant for immortals, and she went in there and it like corrupted her, and she became like the Abeloth, which is this like demon crazy like type spirit thing.
She's not crazy. She just
it corrupted her.
She stayed home after the street lights was out, and then the father took away the kids and everything, moved to a whole nother planet. I'd be mad too.
Yeah, apparently that's when they moved to Mortis, and they left it behind, but there's these statues that are still there. And so that was kind of crazy to see. And as you can see, he's at the end of the hand looking out. And I think they'll show a good angle here in 1 second. Because as you can see, this is the middle is the father, that's the son, and then the daughter who gave her life to save Ahsoka, her statue has the head cut off of it. And I wonder if that's because Ahsoka took her place. So they cut the head off of that one. I don't know. It's kind of weird. We're going to have to see what happens, but it's very interesting. So I feel like the end of this season, episode 8, gave us more questions than it did answers. And if you look out here where he's looking where the hand is pointing, if you look like right here, it's actually glowing on top of that mountain. If you can like look, it looks like it's there's like a glow out there. See, you can see it's glowing right now. There's like a little white light. But yeah, they say that it might be the Abeloth calling out to him, or in the Mortis arc, when the father was calling out to Anakin, he had that same light, and then when he went to it, it was the father calling out to him. So who knows? Some people think that Anakin took over the father's position when he died. So is it Anakin calling him to him, or the previous other father? It's gonna have to be wait and see. And I think that was pretty much the end of the episode. Is that what we ended on?
No, we ended on
Ezra.
Somehow Ezra got out of the ship without being caught.
Detected. Yeah, I thought that was kind of weak. Yeah, they show that they
Listen.
Thrawn and pull up on Dathomir, and that's where all the witches are from. So they think they're gonna revive all the witches in the tombs. Yeah, you can see all the tombs right here.
I wonder how many episodes it's gonna take for them to finally unload all the witches.
30 episodes.
That's more like season 3. The witches are finally up.
And then you can see it pulls up, and they're like, who pulled up in this ship? And then Chopper goes up to him and is like, I recognize them. It's like when a dog sniffs their owner. And it's Ezra. Ezra's here to save the day. He's like, I made it home, guys.
I wonder if he's gonna tell them how to get to Ahsoka.
I wonder if he knows, or if he'll know to use the whales, because he can talk to
Or what if
animals
he's a clone and he never got out the ship?
Too. Now you're getting crazy.
Hey.
But that's Hera when she's like, oh my god. But then she's like, where's Ahsoka? Where's Sabine? They actually didn't get that far. I think the episode ends. But it's crazy because it's almost like her seeing her son again, because it's like her husband that died was Ezra's master, Kanan.
Okay.
So
Better than I thought. I thought it was her lover.
he's popping up. Just give her one last wish. No, they're trying to interrupt our music again. But
there you have it. That is Ahsoka episode number 8. We finally wrapping up season 1 in the bag. I need y'all to comment below.
oh, you missed the best part. Whenever the episode ends, where Ahsoka and Sabine are at the camp. Sabine says that she thinks she sees something. Maybe it's just the shadows in the night. But Ahsoka actually looks, and what do we see?
A Jabberwocky.
Yes, the biggest of Jabbas of all the Jabbas. They can show him, man. Let me see. One second, guys. I'm trying to get to see where they ended the episode. Here we go. And who was it saying goodbye to Ahsoka and always watching her?
R2D2.
Exactly. No. It was freaking Anakin. But anytime Anakin pops up, you know it gives a lot of people the feels.
In the black.
How he looked at the end of the Return of the Jedi. And then yeah, that was the episode, man. It was episode 8, Ahsoka series over.
We need hand claps.
Final episode, and we're not gonna have a lot to see. We might have to do some random stuff to get Star Wars content on this channel, because we only cover stuff when shows are out. So let us know if you want us to cover anything out. If you want to check more Star Wars content, check us out on the gaming channel, TFTC Gaming. But for this episode, co-host episode 8, what did you rate it 1 out of 10?
Oh, the episode? 7.
Just this episode.
7.
I'll give it 7.5. I felt it was major underwhelming. I felt like I understand they probably knew from the get-go they were going to do a season 2, but to have that type of ending with more questions than answers, we get a big nothing burger. I was watching Star Wars Theory, and he said like he felt like everything that happened in the series could have happened in like a crawl before the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like Sabine and Ahsoka track down Ezra, but Ezra gets away on Thrawn's ship. All right, now what's happening? You know, it's like, I don't know. I think Balin was the most interesting character. R.I.P. The actor that played Balin, he passed away in real life. So
man, I wonder what they're gonna do with that now.
They wonder if they're gonna get another actor or do deep fake or something, because who knows, man. He was honestly, him and Shin were my favorite characters of the whole series.
Mm-hmm.
Shin Batty and Balin were the best things I think that happened in the show. Rosario Dawson was good as Ahsoka. I felt like Sabine was eh. And Hera just gets 10 out of 10 for the dump truck. But, yeah, I'll give it a 7.5. Now, as far as the whole series, season
I give it
1
8.8.
Ahsoka,
It's like
1
second
out
best.
of 10.
Second best next to Book of Boba Fett.
Now, out of the recent ones, Book of Boba Fett, Mando season 3, the Kenobi show, Andor, where do you rate this one?
It's like number 2. Tied for number 2.
Which one do you like the best?
Boba Fett.
Book of Boba Fett?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say out of those shows, I probably like Book of Boba Fett. I like Book of Boba Fett better than Mando season 3. I think Mando season 1 and 2 was the best Star Wars, but if you're excluding that, I would say Book of Boba Fett because they kind of did that first before they did everything else, the Mando season 1 and 2. But as a whole season, I'm going to give this season,
What you giving it?
I'm going to give it an 8.4.
Around the same thing I gave it.
Yeah, like an 84 because I don't feel like it was good enough to get like a
Need more Star Wars in it.
You know, basically, if you look at like a report card, you know how they give like a B or B plus. It's a straight B.
That's decent.
84. You're not super thrilled, but you didn't do bad either. You did just enough to pass.
Okay, I give it to you. I think that's time. And you already know what I'm gonna say, man.
Telling us to get out of
That
here.
wraps up episode number 8, Ahsoka, season 1. Hope I don't know when. Do you know when the next one's coming out?
We don't know when we're gonna get another show, man. It's shoot, it might be a while. It's we might get a live action show. I don't know. It'll be a while. They have that one show.
Rebels? What, a cartoon one?
No, it's not. No, Rebels was the show that was this. I'm drawing a brain fart here. Too much Star Wars, man. There was the one show with live action, but I can't. Skeleton Crew. That was going to be a show, but that was with all new characters that really didn't have a backstory and anything in the past.
So right now they basically aren't doing anything until probably.
Yeah, they'll probably. Well, yeah, that's over with now. But we'll get Andor season 2. We'll probably get Ahsoka season 2. We'll get the Bad Batch. That was the animated series. We'll probably get another series of Bad Batch, and the Tales of the Jedi. But those are always that's like a mini series. Those episodes are like 8 to 10 minutes.
Okay. I like that.
So yeah, man, it looks like our internet's kicking us out of the thing, man. I don't know what's going on. Now it's back. God dang. Thrawn, I think Ezra and Ahsoka had one last ditch effort to get back on Thrawn's ship. And we're like, we're not going.
They're trying to send for help. Ezra left him.
But thanks for tuning in, guys. It's your boy Chico Grande Chico. 2 times. Put in the comments what you loved, what you gave Ahsoka episode 8 as a 1 through 10, and what you give the whole season 1 through 10, and tell us why in the comments below. If you watched this far, like, comment, subscribe, check out all of our other channels. Get this channel to 7K subs. Check out our podcast, clip channel, gaming channel. Check it out. We do it all. More Star Wars content on the gaming channel. Playing Star Wars Battlefront 2, Lego Star Wars, Star Wars Battlefront 2 2005, even the throwback one. So check it out. We got a bunch of Star Wars content coming on the gaming channel, and let us know. Put in the comments below if you want us to do anything now. We might even check out some fan films. So let us know if you have any favorite fan films. We might check them out for you. But you got anything else to say, Coast?
Man, see y'all soon. I love Ahsoka. Comment down. You love Ahsoka there also. Thank y'all for watching the videos. Jesse J, Philip Supreme 305 with my co-host.
Bada bing, bada bang. Chico Grande. We'll see you later.
I want you to be great.
They don't even want us to have no outro music, man. But thanks for tuning in. We appreciate y'all. We will see you in the next Star Wars video.